Hello everyone and welcome to this new episode of Western Sahara Uncovered. Today we're going to talk about Sahrawi music. The music of Western Sahara is deeply rooted in our cultural heritage. It reflects our nomadic lifestyle, our vibrant traditions, and our history of struggle for independence. In order to understand the Sahrawi music, we'll go through its evolution, and we'll start with the traditional Sahrawi music. Central to the Sahrawi music is Hassaniya poetry. Hassaniya is the dialect of Arabic that is spoken in Western Sahara and Mauritania. Traditional songs often feature Hassaniya poetry. However, we can also find sometimes poems in Arabic, even though it is not dominant. Added to the Hassaniya poetry was the introduction of rhythms and melodies. Sahrawi music is characterized by its melodic and rhythmic patterns that evoke the vast landscapes of the desert. The music often features repetitive rhythms that are accompanied by intricate vocal melodies. When it comes to instruments, they were introduced to the Sahrawi music later on. It relies on a variety of them, including the tidinit, a 4-stringed lute, and the tabl, which is a drum-similar percussion instrument. These instruments are normally handmade, and they reflect the resourcefulness of the Sahrawi people's culture. And they were introduced from Mauritania and other African countries. The first type of music in Western Sahara, before the introduction of instruments, was al-madih, which is music praising the Prophet. Centuries ago, poets used to praise the Prophet, and that evolved to being sang. A characteristic of al-madih is that we can find that the only music instrument used is al-tabl, the drums, and this is for religious reasons. Al-madih normally takes place throughout the year, but mostly in religious occasions, such as Ramadan, for example. Al-Hawl, which is another type of music, was introduced later to the Sahrawi culture. It is a style that is associated with camel caravans and long journeys across the desert. It is marked by rhythmic chants and clapping, and it is often performed by both man and woman. As the Sahrawi culture and music evolved, modern Sahrawi music was born. Sahrawi started mixing their traditional music and exploring other genres such as reggae, hip-hop, and rock. This fusion of styles allows our musicians to convey our message of identity and our struggle for independence to wider audiences. Many Sahrawi songs carry deep social and political messages, addressing themes such as the struggle for self-determination and independence, the longing for the homeland, and the resilience of the Sahrawi people in the face of adversity. Now, talking about the evolution of modern Sahrawi music, it went through 4 main generations. The first generation was Martyrs Al-Wali Music Band. This band started in the early 70s and it carried the Sahrawi scene until around the mid-80s. It was purely revolution-oriented and it is considered the pioneer in the Sahrawi contemporary music. And they used to work with nothing but 2 guitars and 2 drums. Some recognizable names are Mahfoud Aliyin, Maryam Al-Hassan, Dleila, Wita Omar Villa, and Kaziza, and these are some of the great works that they released. The second generation is what they used to call the youth or modern group. This generation brought a fresh air to the scene. There were students coming from Libya, Cuba, and Algeria, and this generation carried the scene from the mid-80s to the end of 90s. They modernized the Sahrawi music but always kept its roots and essence, and they did this by introducing new instruments and fusing them with the traditional ones. Examples of these instruments are the bass, the drum set, and the org. In this generation, we can find 3 main groups. Al-Wali's Music Band, which was a continuation of the group that was before, Martyrs Khalida Music Band, and Martyrs Naji Music Band. This generation includes great artists such as Ali Ahmed Salim, Sellouka, Taita, Baba Salama, and Baba Juli. And this is one of their best productions, the Belgium album of the year 1994. The third generation carried the scene from the late 90s until the early 2000s, but then he mixed and merged with the fourth generation, and they both continued the Saharaui music until this day. This generation continued with the fusion of all traditional instruments with new ones, and it produced great albums. We can find names such as Najm Allal, Ali Said Dah, Shwaib Baqadia, Ahmed Salim, and more.
شوف التيرس في العين خضرا خضرا تجري الأحزاب شوف التيرس في العين.
The fourth and last generation is a music band called the Estrella Polisaria. This generation is very particular because it was a collective of students coming from abroad, especially from Cuba, and they were merging Sahrawi music with other genres. They were also singing not only in Hassaniya but in Spanish as well, and these are some of their best works.
في دولتنا تاريخ أجدادنا نروي أمجادنا يا كتعود المثل mano a mano se repite la historia, mano a mano se descubre la verdad.
All of these generations and artists are of great value to the Sahrawi music scene. But today we'd like to highlight a particular artist who has had a unique career and is very well known for being the voice of the Sahrawi people, Mariam Al-Hassan. She was not only known for being a legend in the Sahrawi music scene, but also for being one of the biggest voices in the North African and African music as a whole. Some of her greatest albums that you can check are Deseos in 2005, Shawka in 2009, Rahil Ayun Gdat in 2012, and La Voz Inedita in 2017. Mariam Al-Hassan passed away on August 22nd of 2015, but she will always remain as the voice of the people of Western Sahara. Death does not exist. People die only if they are forgotten, and we will never forget Mariam Al-Hassan as the voice of our people and of our struggle for independence.